Let's talk about the other undefeated team in football, Packers Vikings, man. That was a game. That was a real good game, a great football game. Minnesota at 4-0. Is it finally over though? Because the second half they were up 31, no, they're up 28 nothing and they barely won 31-29. The Packers made it super close. And we saw the second half Minnesota fell apart. Sam Darnold looked amazing in the first half. First half, he looked like an MVP candidate. 3 touchdowns, 140 yards, 9 for 12, up 28 nothing. He was incredible. After that, he imploded. He threw a pick, couldn't score, couldn't move the ball. So is the Sam Darnold thing finally up? I guess we'll see. I'll tell you what, they get the Jets next week. That's not going to be easy. I'm looking at the Vikings schedule. They certainly can make the playoffs. But it doesn't get a whole lot easier. I think the Jets will be tough, I think. I think they can win that game, though. Then the bye. Then it's Detroit. Then the Rams, who might be easier than we thought this year. Colts. Jaguars and Titans as 2 easy ones. Then Chicago, Arizona. I don't know how to feel about either of those teams. Atlanta, who I just said is not that good. Chicago again. Seattle, who we'll see about. Green Bay, Detroit. I think they can make the playoffs. I don't think they're the best team in their division, though. Because I think Green Bay wins that game if Jordan Love wasn't unhealthy in the first half. I mean, he threw 2 picks in the first half. If not for Jordan Love's interceptions in the first half, they win that game. Look at this, a missed 37-yard field goal that went off the... if he makes that kick, Green Bay wins the game. And you could say maybe they don't. Maybe the Vikings play with more urgency, sure. But the point is, there's a lot of things that broke poorly for Green Bay early, and I think the next time they play, I would take Green Bay to win, and I'd probably take Green Bay to cover. So I think Green Bay is a better football team. Out of all the 2-2 teams, Green Bay looks the best. And out of all the 4-0 teams, Minnesota probably looks the worst. And of course it's only 2. But still, I don't know. Minnesota 4-0. I'm not sold yet because I think they got outplayed by Green Bay in the second half. And I think the honeymoon with Sam Darnold might be over. I think the Jets are going to play a tough defense on Darnold. I think Sauce Gardner is going to shut down Justin Jefferson. So we're going to see, what does Darnold look like when he can't just give it to Jefferson all the time? I don't know. And also, against his former team, that'll be interesting to see, a Darnold revenge game. But the Jets also need a win. They're desperate. The Vikings are not desperate. So I could see them losing to the Jets, and I could see this thing starting to fall apart. We've seen Sam Darnold put together great 3-game stretches before. We've never seen him put together a great half a season before. So that's kind of the next question is, can they do this consistently? And I think the collapse that they had in the second half, I think they're going to fall apart. Based off of watching that second half, Green Bay dominated them so much in the second half. I don't think Minnesota's a better team than Green Bay. I think Green Bay, if Jordan Love was healthy the week prior, because he looked rusty early in the game, he threw a couple picks. If he wasn't rusty, Green Bay wins that game. If they make a kick, Green Bay wins that game. I feel pretty confident about Green Bay as a playoff team. I do think the Vikings will make the playoffs as well. I think that's a battle of 2 playoff teams. Man, the NFC North's a good division, man. Nobody's below 500 in the North. Good division.